You know, I am not really from any of these countries. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't really gain anything from talking about this, but I am going to talk about this because why? Because I love associate cricket. All those iconic moments, whether they're at T20 World Cup or ODI World Cup, you guys remember how Namibia once defeated Sri Lanka, of how Netherlands defeated West Indies. All these iconic moments are the reason why I fell in love with cricket, especially associate cricket. So, in case you people don't know what I'm talking about, this right here, ICC League 2, round 20 that just got concluded in Utrecht. There you go. See, I can pronounce that. And what happened before this was Nepal was playing against Jersey for some practice matches. Both teams need their preparation. Jersey got their Challenge League coming up. Nepal absolutely needed to win matches in this round. Well, did they win their matches? The answer is no. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna dissect this bitch down. So if you're new to the channel, listen, I'm not really someone who's a cricket expert or someone who's got like cricket insights or anything. I'm a fan, I have been following associate cricket for at least 10 years now. And I really love this way more than full members. And ICC doesn't give a damn about the associate. Just look at what they did to the World Cup. We're gonna make a video on that too. The ODI World Cup 2027, it's complete ass. We're gonna make a video on that too. But first, we need to know what happened in this round, the round 20. I'm gonna try and get through all of the 5 matches. I know it's gonna be not as easy to do when you got 5 matches, and I'm making this review after the round 20 is over, but I'm gonna try, So, what happened in this round were 3 very, very distinguishable things. 3 things, 3 patterns that we have seen throughout this round. 1, slow pitches, lazy games. Number 2, short balls everywhere, short ball mania. And number 3, home ground domination. That is exactly what we have seen in this round. So these were the 3 things that happened throughout this entire round. And before we get to that, Netherlands and Namibia played their practice matches as well. And one thing that we learned from these practice matches was Namibia's batter, Jan Freiling. Uncle Freiling was in some pretty good form heading into this series, and he proved that. At one point I was like, oh, this guy's in trouble, but he proved that. And we're gonna talk about all this. Before we head into the first match, this was the points table prior to this series. You got USA at number 1, they've qualified. You got Scotland and Netherlands at 2nd and 3rd position, and they're really solid, And then you got Oman, Oman, they have given me a lot of disappointments in past 3-4 years now. But they've managed to find some young blood, and they're sitting at the 4th position. And at number 5th and 6th, you got Nepal and Canada. And for Nepal, this series was everything. This was the opportunity to get back to the 4th position. And ICC has already made the 2027 World Cup very difficult for the associate, but this was Nepal's chance, an opportunity to do something, I'm not sitting here and saying they're gonna win 4 out of 4 games, but at least 2 games, 3 games. This was a make or break situation for them. And same thing goes for Namibia. Namibia, man, I'm a huge fan of you Eagles. I really love you guys, and It's been very disappointing to see you guys down there at number 7. Like, come on. Gerard Erasmus, man, what are you doing? Like, back to back to back T20 World Cups. I would expect you guys to, you know, gain more experience, and here you are at the bottom of, like, by the bottom of this league, man. Like, this hurts. As a Namibian cricket fan, this hurts. Because you guys are one of my favorite teams, and you're doing this. The net run rate is already in shits, like, and you guys keep losing matches, and then at the bottom of the 8th position is UAE, and let's be real, they're never gonna take ODI cricket seriously ever. Their main focus is T20 cricket, and even in that, they're just in complete shambles as of late. So, the toss of first match between Namibia versus Nepal was won by Namibia, and they decided to bowl first. And you got the squad right here, and this is a make or break opportunity for these people, you know. Someone like Ishan Pandey, someone like Arif Sheikh, who's been inconsistent, this was an opportunity. And what did they do? Let me show you guys what they do. Look at this. This right here, man. This kind of like immediately a terrible start. Losing an early wicket like that did not help Nepal at all. And before we even get to the 10th over of the power play, Nepal were 23 for 2. This is not even a test match. This is terrible. Like, what are you guys doing? I'm not saying you guys should be having like 70, 80 runs in the 10th over. Like, at least score like 40, 45, maybe like 50. Like, come on. And I'm gonna blame the pitch here as well. The pitch was really slowish and sluggish, and I'm gonna talk about all this, man. I gotta talk about all this. As the innings went on, there was an absolutely amazing catch on the boundary line by Namibia, you know. And they really showed us that they're taking their fielding seriously, you know. Doing the dive and throwing the ball back in to the fielder. What an exceptional catch, man. Dot balls after dot balls after dot balls. Bernal Scholes, man. This guy is... no wonder he's in the list of one of the top bowlers in the world right now. Just look at the amount of dot balls taking wickets, you know. He never really allowed Nepal to like construct a partnership. The other big factor being JJ Smith. Short ball after short ball after short ball. This guy completely dismantled the opening lineup for Nepal. And then we got this very sorry looking batting card for Nepal, man. Like, Bartel gone early, bowled by Smith. Arif Sheikh got a start, but once again, a start. Nothing, he never really converted into anything important. Ishan Pandey, I don't know, man. What happened there? Fallen victim to the short ball by JJ Smith. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Rohit Kumar Patel and Dipender Singh Iyer, they tried, man. They were constructing a very nice partnership, but once those two guys were gone, Namibia were in full control, and Nepal only manages to get to 157, and even in that, there are 15 extras. Like, damn. JJ Smith, man, this guy, he's slowly returning to his old form. The old JJ Smith we saw in T20 World Cups. And man, taking 6 wickets, that's more than half of the team. And then you got brilliant spin bowling attack by Bernal Scholes and Nicole Lofty-Eden. Only 157 on the board. You know, Namibia were gonna try to make these as quick as they can. The highlight was absolutely Alexander Wolszczyk's catch on the boundary line. So when Namibia started batting, Alexander Wolszczyk, he has his debut on this pitch, and yeah, this was a very slowish pitch, a sluggish pitch, and he was not really able to understand, even despite using 21 deliveries, only 2 runs. He got out, and he played a terrible shot. and that was the first wicket. But after that, Michael Van Lingen, man, we expect big strike rates from you. We expect you to play long innings, and he tried showing that here. 51 runs of 79 balls. Pretty good, man. And after that, Freiling and Nicole Lofty-Eden, they were able to finish the match. Those two did not allow things to go any, further bad for Namibia. They were able to easily get the job done. It took quite a while, like 37.4 overs. I would have finished it around 35, but that's pretty good win. If Nepal were ever gonna have a shot of winning this match, they needed early wickets because the pitch was favoring the Pacers a little bit, but they were not able to do anything. So yeah, like, this is a very sorry card, man. Rohit Patel, after the match, he stated that the pitch is proving to be very difficult to bat on or whatever. And look, if the pitch is bad, you guys gotta construct a partnership, and the batting is inconsistent. If your power play is gonna be this bad, then yeah, it's gonna be difficult to get to a decent total. So after this series, Namibia got 24 points. The net run rate's still pretty bad, but at least they got 2 points, Now they're on equal points with Nepal, but they're still behind due to the net run rate. Alright, we move on to the second match that took place on 23rd July between Nepal versus Netherlands, and before the match even began, there were a lot of worrying concerns because Nepal is not really a team that has done generally good against Netherlands in the past. Like, they have struggled a lot, and they were in a lot of trouble right from the start, losing 4 wickets for only 42 runs. Like, this batting innings from Nepal in second match was pretty much a repeat of what we have seen in match number 1. They scored 157 in first match, and they once again scored 157 in the second match. Netherlands won the toss, and they gave Nepal, the opportunity to bat first because they knew they were going to exploit the pitch. Shout out to Rolf van der Merwe, man. I'm so glad he's still playing. Like, we're gonna need his experience to take down the full member nations at the ODI World Cup qualifiers coming up soon in a few months. This guy was so active on the field, like, he did not look like some 40-year-old at all. By the time Nepal get to 40 over, they were already in a terrible position. Arif Sheikh was trying to rescue them, and he needed some support. Unfortunately, he was not able to have that. Once again, disappointment, 157 all out. The only reason why Nepal even made it to 157 is because of some late batters like Karan KC and Gulshan Jha being able to push the score around a little. That's it. As far as Netherlands bowling goes, they did not have Paul van Meekeren. They bring in Alexander Roy. He and Rolf van der Merwe, they were able to take so much control as far as bowling goes. 3 wickets for both, Nepal had no answers. So the only question was, on their own home ground, is Netherlands going to lose? And the answer was, no, they're not going to, because while they had a shaky start, the pitch was really, really sluggish. Max it out, man. What the hell are you doing? 9 runs? A player of your caliber, we expect you to score like 40, 50 runs, man. Like, not his tournament. Just not in a good form right now. Cedric Delenga had a pretty decent start. You might remember this guy. His sister Carolina was in Netherlands Women T20 World Cup 2026. Amazing spin bowler, man. Amazing. Cedric had a start, but it didn't really go anywhere. And Zach Lyon Cachet, then he tried constructing a little bit of partnership. Bastilleda, he got bowled pretty early. It was just 1 run, Things were looking a little bit shaky, but then out comes Captain Scott Edwards, and once again playing a great captain innings, he led his team to the victory. There was nothing really that Nepal did extraordinary as far as this bowling goes, but they were able to drag this match to 44 overs. So after this, our standing after match 2, Netherlands now have 34 points with a positive net run rate, and Nepal losing back to back. They were, I don't even know what to say. Their chances at top 4 took a massive hit, and at this point it obviously had to be like they have to win pretty much all of their matches. No room for error whatsoever. Losing 17 matches is not going to increase your chances for top 4, especially when Oman is sitting so comfortably there. Alright, we move on to match number 3 between Netherlands versus Namibia, and this was kind of make or break for Namibia because they're in pretty much same situation as Nepal. They need this win. So Namibia won the toss and they decided to bowl first, and they were pretty much gonna try and execute their short ball plan here. But unfortunately this did not work because of something called home ground domination by Netherlands. Bastilleida, man, this guy could have scored 100 runs. He could have taken so many balls, he could have taken so much time to get there, but he did not. This guy started blasting 6s and 4s. He did not play for himself, he played for his team. And my god, that this led to a pretty big total on this slow pitch, which we have only seen 157 so far in 2 games, to 251. Massive total, especially on this pitch. Scott Edwards, man, once again 40 runs. He was playing the role of an anchor here. He was just constructing the innings, building a partnership. He was just helping his batters around. That's a great captain, man. I'm gonna say this time and time again. He's such a great captain. As far as bowling goes, short balls did not really work out well for Namibia. Netherlands, they're telling you why they played ODI World Cup 2023, why this is one of the best teams. Jack Russell, who did so well against Nepal, was not able to do much here as well. JJ Smith, man, he was a little bit expensive. The innings that Bastilleida played, it just completely took the game away from them. The biggest hit that Namibia took as far as batting goes is the fact that they lost Jan Freiling at just 1 run. Michael van Lingen, man, he's just not really like, sometimes he plays such a good innings and sometimes his strike rate is so low, like it's kinda difficult to place him or rank him because his performance is so inconsistent. Lawrence Steenkamp, man, this guy's becoming one of my favorites. I got to see him bat a couple of years ago. I believe in the T20 World Cup qualifiers. He was hitting big 6s even against India in the T20 World Cup. He was doing pretty decent. He is turning out to be an amazing batter, and all he needed was support from Jan Freiling here. Unfortunately, there was no support. Gerard Erasmus, man, he played such a terrible shot from Gerard Erasmus, man. Come on now, you cannot be playing shots like these. We needed you to help Lawrence Steenkamp and try to chase this target down. You should have been there for the 49th over. And after the middle order was gone, Namibia crumbled. Zane Green, man, he tried hitting some boundaries, it did not work. There was just simply way too many runs for the lower order. Aryan Dutt is so underrated. 4 wickets for him, 4 wickets for Logan Van Beek, who I like to call Logan Van Beast. Just, you know, amazing back of the length bowling from these two, and they forced Namibian batters to play shots that they were not really ready for. And Erasmus and Freiling, 2 of their biggest players, going down like that made it impossible for them to just continue on. What makes me disappointed more is the fact that someone like JJ Smith, who's a big 6 hitter, he should have stayed down there after Erasmus got out. But man, it's disappointing. Another hit to Namibia's chances in top 4. Alright, so after match number 3, Netherlands now has 36 points. They have 16 wins, Only 10 losses, and they look like they're gonna have a pretty high finish in this entire cycle. Net run rate is getting better and better. Namibia, man, they're just stuck in this 5th and 6th purgatory with Nepal. Like, come on. We need something extraordinary here and a lot of results to go for your way for you to get to top 4. So after this slow and sluggish pitch which we have seen in the first 2 innings, in the 3rd match we kind of learned that you can score up to 250, and that is exactly what Gerard Erasmus said when he said it's around 250 pitch, but 200 and 210 is going to put pressures. And he was actually proven to be right in this 4th game. This time Freiling had a pretty decent start and he kept making more and more runs. Things just keep getting better and better as we headed into 35th overs. Steenkamp, man, he is turning out to be such a gem for Namibian cricket. The biggest difference here was Bas de Leede's innings compared to Jan Freiling's. Freiling actually got 200 runs with only 3/4. He just kept defending and defending and defending. This was one of the slowest hundreds I have ever seen, and it took him around 150 balls to say. What a disaster tournament for Sandeep Lamichhane, man. Failed to pick up wickets in 3 matches he was part of. Bhim Sharkey, he immediately gone for 1 run. This did not help Nepal at all. 210 on a slow pitch. Was this going to be defendable? What Erasmus said at the start of the toss, it's a 250 pitch, around 210-20 is gonna be enough. Shout out to Karan Casey, man. 5 wickets, incredible bowling. Other than that, nothing really else from anyone else. This super slow innings from Jan Freiling, was this ultimately gonna give Namibia a win or not? That was the real deal, and turned out it came down to the last ball of the game. What a nail biter, last over thriller, and Namibia could have lost this, but the man, the myth, the legend, Gerard Erasmus, he was able to defend. Last 6 needed, similar position for Nepal, and he was able to hold on. Look at these celebrations, man. This was insane. So now with that, Namibia actually surpassed Nepal because now they have 26 points. It's still pretty bad shape. Net run rate is trash, but at least they're at number 5th. Remember, guys, top 6 are going to retain their ODI status. Bottom 2 would have to defend in the playoffs. So after that we go to the 5th match between Netherlands versus Nepal. Nepal won the toss and they decided to bowl first. With 3 losses, this was do or die match for them. Nepal completely dropped Sandeep Lamichhane, one of their best bowlers, after a disastrous performance of not picking up any wickets in 3 games. And instead they took Hemant Thami, and these white balls, they were hurting Nepal right from the start. Once again, a massive shout out to Karan Casey. He tried everything he can. 4 wickets, 5 wickets in the previous match. The guy is an absolute, he's one of the best in the world. What's interesting about this is after the 15 overs, both teams were 53. But first we're gonna look at the innings of the Netherlands. Sadr de Lange, man, he continues to disappoint a little. Look, I get it. He's early in his career, but come on, like, max it out is not doing anything much in this entire tournament. What a disaster this has been for him. Magic Max, man, what are you doing? Lion Cachet, he didn't stay on pitch for long either. Bas de Leede, this time he was bowled by Rajvanshi. Scott Edwards, you legend, once again scoring another 50 plus innings, absolutely forcing his team to go to a good target. Captain Scotty to the rescue, and Noah Crows, man. Gotta respect this guy. We're gonna need whatever the hell he is doing at the World Cup qualifiers, because he's been such a good player for Netherlands. 70 runs, man, 93 balls. He improved his strike rate as the innings went on. Karan Casey was the pick of the bowlers for Nepal, but outside of that, they managed to restrict Netherlands to 225 for 9, but we have seen how anything 200, 210, 220 can be very, very competitive on this slow pitch. Khushal Burthel again, an absolute disaster. Arif Sheikh, man, he was building up to something, but once again, slow on and off starts. Nothing really consistent in this entire tournament for Nepal. Bhim Sharkey failed to impress once again. Ishan Pandey, he had a 16 runs again. Come on, man, like, you need to convert these into bigger innings. You have to anchor a partnership. Even Depender Singh Airi this time got LBW by Lion Cash 8. Kyle Klein, he has been amazing with his bowling. This was not really easy for Netherlands because this slow pitch actually held them back a little, and I was just saying, man, just end the match already. 48 overs, I fell asleep. This was such a slow pitch, man. Like, anyways, after this match, the points table updated. Netherlands with 38 points. They're in. They're pretty much in. Just one more. They're in this mathematical garbage bullshit, whatever. I don't care. They are in. In fact, if they play well, they can even take USA spot. They have a shot to do that. Netherlands and Scotland are in, man. And Nepal, with 4 losses, they're in trouble. Canada, less UAE, more Canada. Canada is going to be trying to overtake that spot and take the ODI status. And you know, their morale is pretty high after the T20 World Cup. After that incredible performance by Yuvraj Samara, they're gonna try and find more players who can hopefully give them the ODI status. Nepal would disaster performance, man, going back home with no wins. This is why we say you need to do more tours to different countries, more tours, more practice matches to other countries and away conditions. That is what's going to make you a good cricket team. Remember the ODI World Cup qualifiers 2023, the opening match with Zimbabwe? You guys were not prepared for the away conditions, and this has been one of the biggest weaknesses for Nepal. And now the final 6th match between Netherlands and Namibia. Namibia has a chance to end this tour on a decent campaign with 3 wins. Not decent, a good campaign, I should say. They've only lost 1 game, and they have a chance to defeat the unbeatable home ground dominating team Netherlands. After Netherlands decided to win the toss and bat first, I thought that they were gonna score 250 once again, but then you remember Namibia have that short ball planning, you know. Maxed out, disappointment continues. I don't know what happened to him. He's not in a good touch as of late, let's just say. Vikramjit Singh was playing this match and he got out on 0. He didn't do anything. Lion Cache, man, he got out as well. LBW, Trumpelman. He has such a great start. In the first over, 2 wickets, 2 balls. Reminded me of the T20 World Cup a few years ago, when Namibia went to Super 6 and Trumpelman took those 2 wickets against Scotland. Oh man, the old Trumpelman, he returned for this match, man. Gotta love it. Namibia never really allowed Netherlands to get a good start. Scott Edwards. He and Bastilater tried to make a nice partnership. This man, Scott Edwards, is an absolute legend of this game. He truly is. another 50, another 67 runs, and he was going to make this team somehow, some way get to 200 or above. Unfortunately, from the other side's wickets keep falling and Namibia keep taking wickets. Ruben Trumpelman, absolutely amazing bowling, and Jack Brussels, what a gem he is for the future of Namibian cricket. The future of Namibia cricket is in very bright hands. 48.5 overs, not even 50 overs. Netherlands, the home ground dominating team, went down 183. The question was, is Namibia gonna make this, or is this gonna be competitive? Michael van Lingen and Milan Kruger. Milan Kruger, man, I really love when he plays these innings where he decides to take more than 50, 60, 70 balls and just have a slow start, but then he starts improving a little. He played a very decent innings here. He knew the pitch was slow, he knew the conditions were not really batting friendly, and he has such a good 64 run. And Freiling, man, what a tournament this has been from him, from his slow 100 to a very decent, not just decent, an amazing innings of 68 runs of 75 balls. They were never gonna lose this. They were really not gonna lose this. Tim Pringle came back. He was in the squad for this match, and unfortunately, despite him taking one wicket, nobody really took any 2-3 wickets and put a stop to Namibia. They were in some really destructive form. They wanted to make a statement here, and that is exactly what they did. In 41 overs, again, slow pitch, not even slow pitch could stop them. Not even slow pitch could stop Namibia, and they're going home with 6 points. So here we are, the end of round 20 of CWL, World Cricket League 2. Top 4 goes to World Cup qualifiers, which is a joke because ICC is making things difficult for the associate. We're gonna talk about that too, don't worry. USA on the top, they've already qualified. Netherlands 38 points, man. In this round they could have won the last game. Had they won the last game, they would have had 40 points. They would have directly automatically qualified. But Namibia, man, they said, hey, watch out for us, we want to save our ODI status. Who knows, maybe a miracle will happen and we will find ourselves in top 4. Who knows. They put an end to the undefeated 3-match winning streak of Netherlands, and at number 5, taking the 5th position, is Namibia with a successful tour. And by the start of this tour, they had a negative 4.5 net run rate for 450 something. Now it's 387, still minus, but they're improving. 28. Is it too late? Is it not? Who knows? All comes down to Oman. All comes down to Oman. And Nepal, man, number 6 position. ODI status is in danger, because if they do not finish in top 6, their ODI status, they would have to defend it in the playoff. What's a playoff? It's filled with top 4 teams of the Challenge League, which I have been enjoying a lot. My boys, Denmark, man, they're getting squashed. Jersey is dominating as usual. Kuwait surprisingly are at 2nd position, and they're pretty dominant, man. Papua New Guinea, I don't know what happened to them. On the other group, you got the Italy, and Uganda's been in absolute destructive form. So those are the 4 teams that you're going to have to defend if you end up on 7th and 8th position. So yeah, did I enjoy this round? Not really. The pitch was very slow, it was sluggish. Teams taking 45, 48 overs to score 150, 180. That just put me to sleep, man. I did not really enjoy this. But anyways, round 20 is completed. So now, after round 20 completing, here we are. This is the playoff, right? Yeah. No, not this, not this. They should already place Netherlands and Scotland here. What are you even waiting for? Mathematically, I guess. Yeah, these are the 4 teams. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Who the bottom 4, Namibia, Nepal, Canada, and UAE would have to battle. Top 6, these 2 will retain their ODI status. They will be safe, but bottom 2 would have to defend. So this is where we're headed. The next round, round 21, only 4 rounds are left. Round 21 is gonna take place in Scotland, I believe, in Dundee, right? Let me check. Is it in Dundee? Hey, it's in Dundee. So yeah, I expect complete domination by Scotland. Nice to see Jersey playing well, man. Nice to see Jersey playing well, even though they're testing out some of their newer or younger players. Nice to see them do well. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually not excited for round 21, because let me tell you why. UAE has not done anything, Canada has not done anything to impress me and earn my trust. They don't play good innings, they don't put on good 270, 280, 290 score. They don't do those things. So not gonna lie, I'm actually not really that interested in round 21, but I at least hope it's more enjoyable than round 20, you know. Oh, I almost forgot, Mohammad Wasim has been dropped from UAE squad. They know he's a T20 player. He's not gonna be playing good ODI innings or things like that, you know. So right call. And this is a new UAE team, a lot of new players. They're trying to take the Oman path, where they have new players as well. But the biggest news that I forgot to mention, our great captain, the man who took the Netherlands to the ODI World Cup qualifiers, ODI World Cup, victories over West Indies, victories over South Africa in World Cup, back-to-back 50s. What a legend, man, this guy is turning out to be. He's stepping down as the captain, and they're going with Bastilleda. I would assume the reason is not because he is terrible like Mohammad Wasim. As far as longer format, he's amazing. His achievements are monumental, but he wants to, I would assume, focus more on his batting, more on his keeping. Being a batter, being a wicket keeper, being the captain is a very, very difficult job, and he's been doing this for 4 years now. Bastilleda, an amazing choice. He scored 97. He played selfless innings. I believe that was the deciding factor. So yeah, man, and there you go. What is the era of Bastilleda gonna look like for Netherlands heading into the World Cup qualifiers 2027? Are they gonna defeat West Indies again? Are they gonna defeat Ireland again? Not again, I don't know. They didn't defeat them in 2023 World Cup qualifiers. Anyways, what's the era of Bastilleda gonna look like? I am very excited for this. USA, Netherlands, Scotland have qualified. Oman is the only team with so many games at their hand left. And yeah, it all boils down to, do my Eagles, my beautiful Eagles, do they have a shot? You don't know. Nepal, heartbroken, a massive setback. They need to win their remaining 4 games. This is it. Do or die, man. Do or die. If they do manage to lose their games, the final 4 games, they need to forget that this cycle existed and just focus on Challenge League, right? Changing the coaches is not gonna help. Playing in different conditions, in different tours out of the country, now that's gonna help. That will help. Congratulations to Netherlands. Congratulations to Namibia. There you go. This was your round 20. And here we are. This is where we stand by the end of round 20. So I'm gonna see you guys later. I have a lot to talk about as far as 2027 World Cup goes. So see you guys. Bye. And hopefully we're gonna do more smack talk. We're gonna rip ICC apart with all this garbage that they're doing with the ODI World Cup, changing the format, making things difficult for associate, and all that stuff. Hopefully I'm gonna get some time to make a video on that too. So see you guys later. Bye. Peace out.